Well, I hope everyone enjoyed their first week back at school. Hopefully it was y'all's first week back at school. And let's just face facts, there was no point in going to the movies this weekend. There really wasn't. And I will tell you why. I mean, well, technically, here's the thing. There are 3 movies that came out this weekend: Getaway, Closed Circuit, and One Direction movie. I did not go see the One Direction movie because, for one thing, I mean, I'm not a big One Direction. For one thing, I do not like One Direction, and plus, I'm not really much of a documentary type person or movies like that. I mean, that's why I try to avoid like the Justin Bieber movie, you know, when it came out. Anyway, that's not the point. I'm just going to review Getaway and Closed Circuit. I'm sorry if y'all wanted me to review One Direction. I'm not gonna go watch it. I'm kind of busy right now. And you know, yesterday, you know, if you saw my video with my good buddy Jonathan, we did my Django Unchained review. You know, and he wasn't here to do this video, and so today I decided to go check out the 2 movies this weekend. And Closed Circuit was actually playing in my theater. I didn't know if it was gonna play, but now it is. And I'll get to that in a sec. But first, I want to talk about Getaway. And man, what a waste of talent and potential in this movie. This movie stars Ethan Hawke. I mean, he's basically like this former driver type thing. I mean, hell, we've seen that before. And, you know, his wife gets taken. Sounds like a Taken 2 or any other movie that has that stuff like that. There's no point. And Jon Voight plays the villain. And Jon Voight, I'd figure, you know, he would do better than this. I mean, let me, you know what, let me just say this for a fact. This movie sucked. It really just sucked. It was a pointless action flick, you know, and it just did not deliver in any way, shape, or form. It was a movie that was trying to do what it is, you know, just to be fun, you know, just to be entertaining and all that, but no, it didn't work, because here's the thing, it had bad acting, a bad script, a terrible and unoriginal idea that was so stupid and too convoluted for a movie like this. And really the only good thing about this movie is like the action. That really is the only good quality about this movie, you know, that there was good action. All the other shots, you know, the fact that they try to put cameras in the car, what's the point in that? There's really no point in having that, you know. The movie, it's so stupid, all the stuff, you know, the twists and all. No, there's nothing interesting about this movie. You know, there's nothing interesting about the characters at all. I mean, I like Ethan Hawke. He's a great actor. I mean, if you've seen him in movies like Training Day and the Before Midnight movie, I think that came out this past week, he was fantastic in these types of movies. But, I mean, recently, like The Purge, you know, he was good for that part. I mean, he was good in that movie. I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty okay. But now this one, you know, what's he thinking? What's he thinking? He's not thinking at all. That's what he's thinking. You know, he's like about to flip his career upside down. And plus, I mean, and also, you know, like Selena Gomez. I mean, I kind of get it. You know, you know, you're trying to put off a new leave. You're trying to get away from TV and start doing it into movies. I mean, I understand that. Just be in a good movie for once. I mean, but it feels like, you know, you're going through that same stage. You know, it's like, oh, she wants to turn her career around, so why don't she just start in a movie like this? That's the perfect way. You know, and she's not the only one that's done something like that. But let's face it. If you're going to do something like this, at least let it be better than something like this. I mean, because this movie was god-awful. I mean, seriously, this movie sucked. And like I said before, Jon Voight as a villain, man, that was the dumbest villain I've ever known in the history of the world. I expected a whole lot better out of Jon Voight, and what did I get? Crap. Utter, complete crap. And like I said, you know, the only good thing was the action. But sometimes, you know, you'd only see the action for like a second. But at the end of the movie, you do see a crap load of action all in one. You don't have that hidden or that cameras in the car type sequence type thing, whatever, you know. And it was good. But other than that, you know, this movie was just a dull movie. It was bad. I will say this, you know, I like action. If like legit action, I love it. Like action from Live Free or Die Hard or Fast 5, you know. I mean, just legit action like that. And this movie does have that. But, you know, in the end, I mean, I will give it some points for that. But then in the end, don't go watch this movie. There's no time. And I'm probably going to give this rating movie, I'm going to give this movie a 1. And by the way, as we're on the subject, I don't know why I'm going back to this, but when I reviewed R.I.P.D., I know I said I give it a 1.9. I take it back. I give it a 1 as well, because I realize they're both equally bad. I just want to see which one's worse. So yeah, Getaway, terrible movie. Just terrible. Now I'm going to move on to hopefully definitely a better movie, but does it really live up to bigger expectations than what it was originally given? Not really. But here's the thing. Okay, Closed Circuit, it's about this these prosecutor, who's working on this crime investigation or whatever, and it's all really interesting. Here's the thing, this movie is pretty interesting for what it is made out to be. And it's all set in Britain, and there's all this, software and all the crap. Here's the thing, though. The plot is this whole context and the story arc. It is a little bit complexing at times, or not necessarily complexing, but complicated at times. So it is kind of hard to exactly tell you what the story really is about. But there are definitely two main characters, Eric Bana and Rebecca Hall, who is from The Town, if you didn't know, and The Prestige. Great movie. Anyway, get off of it, And, like, they're not supposed to talk to each other, but they end up having, like, a pass and all that. And it's really like this guy, I mean, we feel like we've seen this before, Eric Bana is, like, he's working on this case, and then he's, like, you've seen, they had, these two people working together, they've had this relationship and all that, and it interferes with their whole work system. We get that, we've seen that. But here's the thing, it is interesting enough to watch the story take off, but yet again, when you get into its main story depth, it feels like there's nothing to offer. It feels like you're watching a TV movie. That's kind of how I felt with this movie. It didn't feel like, oh, I'm paying, matinee price to see an interesting thriller type movie, on Closed Circuit. And really, the movie's not really that in depth with, like, the Closed Circuit type thing. I mean, it's there, but really it's not at the same time. But it does take on that concept. It just doesn't fully deliver it. And I guess for a movie like this, it's okay, but then again, it's not at the same time. And really, it's one of those movies, let's face facts. I don't think everyone's heard of this movie. I don't think anyone's going to hear about this movie. I mean, it was in my movie theater. I went and go see it, but I mean, really, no one's probably going to go see this movie because, I mean, no one's really heard about it. It hadn't been doing well as far as marketing goes, all that. And let's face facts. It is kind of a TV movie. It does feel like that. I mean, definitely there are some good parts of this movie, and there's some bad parts of the movie. But like I've said before with other movies, this is a movie that I have the least to say about, because it's, there's just nothing that's very interesting that will overwhelm me to actually like this movie. So I'm gonna give this movie a 5. I mean, it has good parts. It has bad parts. I think the ending, was TV satisfying, but not movie satisfying. But that's just me. Basically like one big TV movie. And now I would review One Direction, but I didn't say it because I didn't feel like seeing it. Sorry. I actually heard it is fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, if I'm correct, because last time I checked it was like 68%. I mean, man, I was surprised. Thanks for watching this review. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends. Hopefully I will see you sometime tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, if y'all want me to do a Labor Day video, let me know. Leave me a suggestion for a movie and I'll review it. But until then, I'll see you sometime later on. Bye.